Everybody, good morning. Meteorologist Travis Kledeski here on this Thursday morning. It's the 5th of June as we take a look outside here. First off, before we even get into the forecast, something we've been seeing a lot over the last several days here. There has been smoky haziness around, so there have been a ton of wildfires ongoing in Canada, and a lot of that smoke has poured southward into the U.S. The big wildfires have been up straight to our north, almost in Saskatchewan and then north of there, all the way up to almost the North Pole, basically in those very highly wooded, forested areas that are unpopulated. Some big wildfires up there, and so that smoke has built southward, and some of that hanging over our areas. There's smoky haze out there. So there's an air quality alert that's out until noon tomorrow for eastern Nebraska and south central Nebraska. Those areas it doesn't seem to be terrible, but at times you can smell some of that smokiness out there. Now, we do have some rain in the forecast for today. First off, not much sun. Mainly cloudy skies and showers moving in. Now, this is not going to be an overly heavy rain for most of us. This will be a lighter rain event. Kind of watching two areas, probably the best chance in here, but there's also a decent chance of some rain right in here, with kind of in between maybe a few hit or miss showers. Not really much of a severe weather threat. Maybe we get a little lightning and thunder towards the end of the day or this evening, but if there's severe weather, it's going to be mainly just off to our southwest, maybe barely clipping our southwestern communities. But most of us, just a few showers, isolated storms tonight. I think we actually have a better chance coming tomorrow night. But tomorrow still mostly cloudy, maybe a little more sun though, and a few showers, isolated thunderstorms are possible. Like I said, I think tomorrow night brings a little bit better chance of showers and hit or miss thunderstorms out there. Still not expecting much of a severe weather threat with that. These will be mostly non-severe storms, some of that lingering into Saturday morning, especially over eastern Nebraska, but we are going to be trending warmer in the days ahead. In fact, Saturday's looking pretty warm out there as we'll get back closer to average for this time of the year. All right, severe weather-wise, the chance is non-existent, but it's pretty darn low for today and mainly confined to areas here over southwest Nebraska. I do think the better chances are going to be even farther to the southwest and south of our area. We may see some non-severe showers and thunderstorms right in here, but the threats of severe storms pretty low for today. Highs. This not only is it going to be the best chance of rain in our forecast today, this is also going to be one of the coolest days ahead of us here, with temperatures only topping out in the 60s, some lower 70s over eastern portions of Nebraska, where the chance of rain maybe moves in later today. And in fact, the chance of rain may actually be better as we get into this evening in eastern portions of Nebraska. Tonight we'll dip back into the 50s to near 60, maybe a few spots into the 40s here to the west, especially in the Panhandle. So kind of similar to what we're seeing out there actually this morning. Tomorrow it does get a little warmer with less of a chance of rain and maybe a little more sun, but still only in the upper 60s and low to mid 70s, some mid 60s into the Panhandle of Nebraska there. So a little warmer, still below average for all of us. Then as we get into tomorrow night, a mild night, mostly again upper 40s to low 60s. Looking ahead to Saturday, now we're starting to talk back closer to average. Highs in the upper 70s and low to mid 80s. So a little warmer. Still a slight chance of rain, mainly in the morning hours, especially in eastern Nebraska. Saturday night to Sunday morning, pretty mild, mid to upper 50s and low 60s as we look ahead to Sunday. Maybe a slight cool down. There is a weak front that's going to be coming through. Brings a little more wind as well, and a slight chance of rain and thunderstorms. We'll be back down mid to upper 70s and low 80s for highs, which is not bad by any means here. This is a pretty decent Sunday on the way. But again, winds will be a little breezier, slight chance of rain and thunderstorms with that front. So again, warming trend ahead of us today is the best chance of rain, although it's not going to be a heavy rainfall today. This is going to be a lighter rain event for the most part. Then we see more chances tomorrow. Tomorrow night's probably our next best chance overnight. In fact, I kind of debated going a 40% chance overnight there. Saturday, maybe something lingering in the morning, and then a slight chance on Sunday with that slight cool down Sunday and Monday behind the front, a little breezier as well. Then it's going to feel a lot like summer, Tuesday and Wednesday. Lots of sun, mid 80s, mainly dry weather, humidity starting to creep up. I think once we get beyond Wednesday, maybe some thunderstorm chances do return to our forecast, but we are going to stay on the warmer side of things, which again, that's more typical of June, to see the warmer weather, the instability, the thunderstorm chances. That's where I think we're kind of going as we get towards the end of next week, possibly next weekend as well here. So as we get towards these final days of that 10-day forecast next Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we may be starting to talk maybe thunderstorm chances returning right in here. Let's take a look at the forecast for North Platte. A few light showers today, cool weather. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy skies, but a little bit warmer, a little breezy out there, and a slight chance of rain and thunderstorms. Friday night, Friday evening, mainly the next best chance of rain and thunderstorms there. Saturday, warming up, a few degrees cooler Sunday and Monday, slight chance of rain on Sunday. Breezier as well Sunday and Monday. Warming up Tuesday and Wednesday. And then Wednesday night, we might see a return chance of thunderstorms. That would continue off and on into the end of next week. Looking at that long-range forecast, though, we are, even with those thunderstorm chances returning, we are going to stay on the warmer side as we get towards the end of next week into the upcoming, that weekend. They're moving into the middle of June. And in fact, Flag Day right there, which is on a Saturday this year. Let's take the long-range outlook. We are looking at above average temperatures, so we are going to be warming up. We're going to be trending warmer, back into the 80s for the most part as we get into the long-range part of the forecast. But we do have some occasional chances of rain and thunderstorms, which keeps us in that above-average category for the middle of June right now. Let's take a look at some of the long-range models here. European model first, as this one tends to be a little more accurate than the GFS model. Again, there's our rain today. It's not an overly heavy rainfall, but it's one of the better chances we have for a few days. Still a small chance of rain into tomorrow, maybe a little bit better chance tomorrow night into Saturday morning. Then we're down to just a slight chance Saturday afternoon in eastern Nebraska. Sunday, slight chance with that front coming through. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, mainly dry. Next chance would come on Wednesday night into Thursday. And then we get these off and on chances beyond that, some rain and thunderstorms with instability, maybe some severe weather returning to the forecast towards the second half of next week into the following weekend. So as we push towards the 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th of the month, we may be starting to talk about some severe weather returning to the forecast once again. Taking a look at our GFS model, again, here's the rain today. It's mostly a lighter event. Down to a small chance tomorrow. Maybe a slightly better chance tomorrow night for some rain and isolated thunderstorms into early on Saturday. Then we're mostly dry Saturday, a small chance in the morning. Sunday, here comes that cold front. It's going to bring a small chance of thunderstorms. It's not a great chance. Beyond that, Monday and Tuesday look mostly dry, even Wednesday, but then Wednesday night and beyond, some off and on thunderstorm chances do return to the forecast, maybe some severe weather returning as well with more instability. So again, I think we trend towards some stormier weather by the middle of June. All right, that's about all I have for you for today. I guess you know what? Before I wrap things up, I didn't show this yesterday. Let's show this today, the zone forecast. It is going to be one of our cooler days ahead of us here. Let's take a look at the zone forecast around much of Nebraska and north central Kansas. And you can see the temperatures only topping out in the upper 50s and lower 60s here around places like Merriman, Hyannis, Mullen. Mid and upper 60s farther to the east into north central Nebraska, 67 in Bassett, 66 in Brewster, 68 Burwell, 71 in Spencer later today. But again, some showers rolling in as the day goes on. Low and mid 60s, that's about all we're going to do in southwest Nebraska. Maybe a low end chance of an evening thunderstorm here far southwest Nebraska. We'll top out around 64 Benkelman, 61 in Curtis, 62 for Gothenburg and North Platte, 63 in Minden, 65 Smith Center, Kansas. Mid to upper 60s and lower 70s into southeast Nebraska, northeast Kansas, including 73 in Marysville, 72 Washington, Kansas, 69 in Belleville, Kansas, 65 for Grand Island and Hastings, 67 Aurora, York, 69, Seward, 71 degrees in Syracuse, and Wahoo, 74 for Plattsmouth. You can see maybe some mid 70s here. Northeast Nebraska might see the warmest temperatures today. The upper 60s, lower 70s for most of these spots. Rain chances moving in as we get later into the day. So again, there's a look at today's forecast, and that's a look at your entire forecast. So I'll wrap things up there. I want to thank you all for watching on this Thursday morning. I'll be back with you one last time this week on Friday with all the latest. Until then, take care, enjoy your Thursday, and God bless. Bye.